big.
He's running a lot.
Just getting ready to move from this spot. Oh, is that him on top? Did I see him for a minute?
I didn't see him, but I mean, it may have been.
Sitting down, test line. There he is, this striper. Wow.
My first tip for you
boy,
when it comes to crappie fishing is if you're sitting somewhere and you're not catching crappie, move on. Now right here you're watching us catch a striper and we're having a lot of fun with it. But we came to catch crappie. We sat over a crappie spot that's produced for us in the past. But yet some of the fish on the graph had dissipated. We weren't getting no bites and we weren't putting crappie in the boat. I don't care how productive a spot's been for you in the past. If they're not there, you need to move on. If you want to put crappie in the boat, you have to go find them. Have multiple places to fish.
Alright, I will get this out. That dude is stuffed, man. That's nice. Good time there. Here we go. Getting on a crappie. Couldn't get GoPro on time. Fast enough to get those first two catches. Not monsters, but we're putting some meat on the table today.
All right, my second tip for you today. If you're pulling up over brush and you're fishing crappie over top of brush, don't drop your line down through the brush. Don't do the, drop it down to the bottom, reel it up 5 times sort of thing. You're just gonna get yourself hung up. The best thing to do is to pull your line out. If you want it 10 foot down, then pull it out 10 foot. Use the length of your rod as a reference, and then account for the distance if you're putting it in a rod holder that the tip is from the water. So for example, if I got a 9-foot rod and I want my lines down 10 foot, I'll pull that line out, that minnow out to the bottom of my rod, and then I'll pull out an extra foot. There's my 10 foot. Then I'll account for that tip again from the distance it is from the water. And if I estimated it 3 foot, then I'll pull an estimated 3-foot line out. I'll put that rod in the rod holder, and there you are. I'm not going to get that crappie or that minnow stuck up in the brush, and I'm not going to have to worry about getting hung up. And I'll be fishing over top of the crappie without ever dropping through them. So I think big tip. If you follow that, you save yourself a lot of time retying hooks, and you'll be a little more productive in catching crappie.
It's the 1st of August, and the water temperature, what is it, about 9 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, it's 9:30.
9:30. It's 88.4 degrees. Contrary to popular belief, you do not have to catch or fish for crappie in deep water. I mean, we're in semi-deep water, 18 foot, if you want to call that deep. We're catching them 10 foot down. 88 degrees.
All right, third tip of the day. Don't expect the rods to bend over. Look at them hard. Keep looking at them. As you see me, I'm turning. I'm looking all over the place. I'm just looking for a little shake and a little wiggle. That's all I'm looking for. And then I'm pulling the rod up. I'm picking it up. Try not to move the tip too much when I'm picking it up. And then just ever so slightly pick it. I feel weight, fish on. Pick it up. And don't set the hook like you're bass fishing. This is just to simply lift it up. These crappie, you can't rip their lips. You need to pull it up nice and easy. That's how you keep them on. That's my third tip of the day.
Hardest thing about catching these crappie is keeping the minnows alive. You gotta constantly, there you go. There you go. A little on the smaller side.
Took a big swing at it.
But you gotta constantly keep that aerator going on those minnows.
Or gone.
Oh,
Oh, nope.
did you got? Oh, did you set more in his mouth?
No, he just got it as I was about to pick it up and check.
Right. That's good.
There goes my minnow.
Good plays.
All right, fourth tip for today. As I say in the video, you got to keep the aerator on them minnows when it's hot. You got to keep them alive. You also have to keep them alive in the water. To watch your rods, you get a hit, you don't get a pickup, you need to change that minnow, or at least look at him. And I'll tell you, 9.5 out of 10 times, he'll need replaced. If you pull him up in the water and look at him just underneath the surface, if he ain't working on that hook and swimming around, you need to replace him. More times than not, you get a hit, you don't know it, and you just spit them back out, and that minnow's done, and they're not interested in it anymore. It's like a cat with a toy. You got to pull that toy across. That minnow's got to move and shake for those crappie to be interested. So that's my fourth tip for you today.
Very little bites. Just a little tech. There you go. There you go. That's one. Time for some more to go down. How'd he hit it?
They were real noticeable hits. It was multiple just.
That's it.
Big enough.
Yep.
Good
Little fillet. Good fillet.
Easy fillet.
All right, tip 5. Rock the boat. That's right, rock the boat. Every once in a while, you'll be catching some fish, and then the bite will slow up a little bit, and you might think that it's finished, it's over, you've caught everything on the brush. Well, I found that if you just rock the boat forward, back, left, right, sometimes that stimulates a hit, and you catch a crappie. And I often find that if you can get one crappie to bite, a lot of times a few more bite right afterwards. So that's something you might want to check if the bite slows up, or you want to give it, that last 5 minutes or that last 10 minutes. Go ahead and move the boat around on that spot a little bit and see if that'll draw you some hits. And I think you might be able to put a few extra fish in the basket by trying that method.
There's one. Oh, he feels pretty good. Oh, he is pretty good. Well, we just had to move around a little bit. Just had to move that minnow around a little bit.
Yeah, I got a hit as soon as we started moving.
There you go. There you go. Uh-oh.
I got someone else's line.
Yeah, that's alright. You got me.
Dang, this guy ran over there just to grab your line.
Pretty crappy.
All right, number 6. Hold your rod. I actually prefer to do this, but more times than not, the action is not fast enough for me to hold my rod. But hold your rod, because what you can't see, you will feel. And when they're biting light, that's the best way to do it. And when they're biting fast, or they're really picking up, I will be holding my rod. There are days when if you're not holding your rod, you won't catch crappie. So think about that. If you're pulling up your bait and your minnows look like they've been hit, worn out, spit out, whatever the case, and you're confused on how that happened, and put your rod in your hand and hold that rod.
Uh-oh. Got that, Jiggy? Hammer. Oh my boy, that's a big crappie. Don't lose him. Look at that fish. Oh, the big one's out here in a little deeper water.
A little small hit for this guy.
Wow. Hold him up here. Good night. That's a good one there, buddy.
Think we'll make it?
Yeah, he'll make it. Nice. You still was only 10 feet down?
Yeah, around there. That was a small hit, man. This crappie are sneaky.
I got some flashing right there. And here goes the fish. Oh, are you kidding me? He tore him up. Got him? Yeah. Little wiggle. Lift it. Feel some weight. That's a good one. Got a good meal in there now.
Yeah, and the striper.
There goes another hit. There he is. Yeah. Oh, ho, ho.
Did he get off at
Yeah, what is up with those dudes, man?
Is he a keeper?
Yeah,
Yeah. They seem to be getting off pretty easy.
sure do. Same hooks I use. Oh, that hook is sharp. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Maybe we need to bring up a little easier. It ain't as big as some of them bigger ones we're used to catching. You know, maybe not set the hook so much.
Maybe.
I don't know though. I didn't really set that hook all that hard. But they're on right now. We better get on it. There he is. soon as I put it in there. Try to bring them up a little easier. Right side of the boat's looking pretty good. I gotta throw one in. You need a minnow? Right side over here. There he is. He just put it down there, didn't even set the rod in the rod holder, just sitting there holding it. This right side. Uh-oh. Showing a little juice. That's a good crappie. I like that kind of fishing. Just lift up real easy. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Uh-oh, one of the few that, the first that took it down. There he is. There you go, Jiggy. Yeah, I took it nice and slow. Trying not to lose any. When I bug it up. Nice. Getting thick in there. You want me to slide over some? Seems like they're all coming over on this right side. Slide over and up for you.
You need a minute?
Yeah, but I gotta do this first.
All right, here we go. Lucky number 7. That's right, tip number 7. The thing that everybody wants to know. Where are you catching your crappie? Well, just like everybody else, I don't want to give away my fishing spots. But I'll tell you this. You need to be fishing on ledges, points, islands.
There he is.
All summer long, I find crappie in these locations. You want to be in a location where if your boat drifts a little bit this way or a little bit that way, the depth already varies. Okay, you don't want to be fishing somewhere, in my opinion, where the water is just consistently the same depth. I always seem to find them where the depth changes and where there's deep water available or nearby, very nearby. So that's a summertime pattern, out on the main lake, maybe a quarter of the way back into a creek, but that's where I find my crop. So there you are. You can eliminate a lot of water like that if you just go out and look for these ledges. Now, of course, you're looking for some brush. Now, there's one of two ways to do this. You can go out with some good electronics and you can look for it, or you can put your own in. I do
One
both.
over here.
People will fish your brush, so I don't feel bad fishing brush that I find, you know, and it's very likely somebody dropped it when you're talking about brush. Trees, underwater trees, things like that, they may have fallen down, stumps. More times than not, you
Man,
find
this is
some
gonna be
brush,
good eating.
somebody put it there. You may have found mine,
Good eating, my
and if you
friend.
did, that's okay. I'll go to another spot. As I said earlier in the video, I have multiple places to fish.
Oh yeah, it's getting thick in there.
I hope you find these tips helpful.
All right, gonna wrap it up here with a cooler shot. What a day. Hot, hot, hot. So was the bite. Man, that was awesome. Sure ain't one stuck in there. Alright, Jakey, give me a thumbs up. Like and subscribe. Alright, we're out of here.